Hi friends, my name is JP Sundararajan. I'm the Director of Global Mission here at the Reformed Church in America. And I'm happy to be here with you today. I want to start by telling you a story that was told to me by our resident historian, Russ Gacero. And we affectionately call it in these parts as the RCA triple play. Now I have in my hand a cricket ball because I'm from India. We don't play baseball, but the triple play is something that I've learned to appreciate and love, and especially in this story. The story begins with John Livingston, who many consider to be one of the founding members of the Reformed Church in America, or the way we understand the Reformed Church of America to be. Now, this was in 1803, where he preached this fiery sermon on evangelizing the world, getting the good news of Jesus Christ to the ends of the earth. Now, you should also remember, this is like right after the Revolutionary War, and personalities like John Livingston were kind of held with some suspicion by the powers that be. So oftentimes, Livingston was in hiding. But every Sunday, he would emerge out of hiding into these little churches in upstate New York, where he would preach. Now, it also just so happened that the prisoners of war were brought to these churches. It's kind of part of their rehab process, right? So one Sunday, Livingston emerges from hiding to preach his famous, epic, viral sermon on evangelism. And it just so happened that in that church that day were these prisoners of war, and one particular prisoner was a German drummer boy named Christian Bork. Now, Christian Bork heard this sermon, was deeply moved. The sermon was done. Livingston goes back into hiding, and Bork is now taken back to his prison. Upon release, whenever that was, Bork is still moved by this sermon, that he enrolls in seminary, becomes a pastor, and pastors Franklin Street Reformed Church in New York for 30 years. To be honest, we don't know a whole lot more besides that. Bork did what we would consider to be just being an ordinary pastor who loved his congregation for 30 years. But seated in the pews at Franklin Street Reformed Church under the tutelage of Christian Bork were John and Harriet Scudder. Now, if you know anything about RCA Global Mission, or even global missions in general, the name Scudder should ring a bell, because John and Harriet Scudder become the first missionaries sent by the Reformed Church to India 200 years ago. And their family would go on to have a cumulative 1,000 years of mission history that would transform communities forever for the sake of the gospel. So you have Livingston, Christian Bork, and the Scudders. And in this continuum we call the triple play. And the question I want to offer to you today is, where do you see yourself on this continuum? Are you a Livingston, are you a Bork, or are you a Scudder? Where do your congregants line up in this triple play? So oftentimes, as a church, we wonder, what is our missional identity? Where is God calling us? Where do we line up? And at RCA Global Mission, our job we consider to be to equip and grow the global church. And we do it three ways, right? Supporting acts of compassion, or the development of leaders, or by sharing the good news. And so if, as a congregation, as a leader of a congregation, if you are unsure about where that missional identity of yours might lie, I want to invite you to join us. Maybe that's the question you have. Discern with us what that could be like. But what if you did know what that was? What if you know exactly where your church's missional identity is? I still want to offer to you the opportunity for us to join you in this endeavor. Oftentimes when you think about global mission or RCA Global Mission, I think there is a mistaken notion that it is a one-way street where you would outsource some of your mission work. But I want to propose to you that we do this together. Let us journey together to see where God might lead us. There are 900 churches in the RCA today, but it's not about the 900 churches that are engaged with the work of RCA Global Mission. It's about the people sitting in those 900 churches, people that you love and people that you disciple and people that you get to lead. So today, I want to invite you to join us. Come find out what we're about. Let us join you in what God would want us to do. We've been doing this for 377 years, and we're excited about what God might be doing in the future. Check us out at rca.org/mission for more details. Thank you.